The main man, I'm Fred. That's TK. I almost forgot who I was there for a minute. That's my main man, TK. It's your boy, Uncle Fred. And you know it's Saturday. It's afternoon. College football is on. And you know what's about to happen? We about to do our pick'em show for the NFL. It's week 9 already. And you already know what it is. And these games, man, they're getting good, man. They're getting good. And teams are starting to get themselves in line for, being in playoff berths and all this kind of stuff. I know it's a little early to be talking about playoff berths, but teams are fighting, trying to get in those positions right about now, right? So we got on our slate today about 14 great games, and we're going to talk about them. Me and your boy, we did pretty good last week. We're going to talk about that, but hang with Uncle Fred and TK on our Pick'em show. We'll be back in just a minute. Once again, it's your boy Uncle Fred and my main man TK. It's week 9. Please hit that like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe to the Uncle Fred Sports Experience. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. TK, man, how you doing today, man?
What's up? What's up? Uncle Fred, let's get to it, man.
You good, man? You good?
Yeah, absolutely. All is well.
All right, man. I just had to check on the brother, see how he hanging and stuff, man. Got to check on our folks, man. That's part of, being in the position we in. We got to check on our folks, man.
Sure.
As you look on the caption, your boy Uncle Fred didn't do too bad. Now I had a 2-9 week. I think 2-10. I think it was 12 games week before. I think I went 2-10, and I think you went 7 and no. I went 3-9. I think you went 7-5. Okay. That's what it was. Okay. And your boy made a recovery, man. I went 11-5 this week. Hey. I went 11-5.
Yeah.
But you went 12-4.
Hey, man. It is what it is. He was right there, though.
I was happy until I started counting up his win. I'm like, daggone, he got me. I should have picked the Cincinnati Bengals because that's the one that got me. Because I was gonna pick the Bengals, but I was like, man, San Francisco not gonna lose 3 in a row. Surely they not losing 3 in a row. And you said, no, man, Joe doing that thing, man. Cincinnati playing well. And I'm like, they ain't Santa Clara. Ain't no way they're gonna beat San Francisco in there. They ain't gonna get. Would they beat them 31-17 or something like that, man?
He got them out of there.
Got them up out of there, man. Made them have to make a daggum deadline trade move.
It's a big one. Too.
Made them have to make a move because I remember just a few days before that, John Lynch said, "No, our answers are here. Our answers are within." Oh, okay. And then they go out and get Chase Young.
Yeah. Healthy Chase Young, man. Motivated Chase Young, yeah.
Yeah, and he get to play with his college teammate. They're going to be bookend defensive ends. God help us all.
It's going to be.
God help us all, man. But yeah, I think that's the one that kind of turned it because most of our other picks was okay. I think I picked the Colts. You picked the Saints. I think that's one I missed, and there was another one I got that you missed. I think it was that kind of balanced them out. Mm-hmm. And then the 49ers Bengals one, man, got me up out of there, man. I'm like, dang. Now I almost picked the Bengals, but I was like, no. So anyway, man, we got some games this week, man. We got about, like I said, and like I tell folks, the show off the air is better than the show on the air, but we can't show you all that stuff. But I talked about it. It's about 4 what I would call 5-star games, 1 4.5-star game, and then the rest of them are kind of Okay. All right. We'll work with it. But anyway, let's see how it goes. On our docket for game number 1, we got to get up early in the morning for this first game, man. Early. Because they are in Frankfurt, Germany. Okay. And that's a shame because I think the NFL missed out on a Tyreek Hill reunion back at Arrowhead Stadium. Jihad Stadium. I think it's Jihad now. I think they missed out on that because that would have been worth the price of admission to get him back on that stadium for that game. That would have been epic. But no, we gotta market this thing globally, so we gotta have a game in Germany. So you got the Miami Dolphins going to Frankfurt to play the Kansas City Chiefs, and this is the 5-star of the 5-star games. All right. Now the Dolphins had a good win last week. They beat the Giants. Who they beat last week? Who they beat last week?
It wasn't the Giants.
Wasn't the Giants? That was the week before last, wasn't it? Shoot, it won't take me but a second.
Yeah. I watch it, man. I'm on shift.
Yeah, man. Let's see. Who they play last week? They played the New England Patriots. That's who they played. Played the New England Patriots. All right. And they won. And the Kansas City Chiefs went to Denver and got a big fat L. Now, I know they tried to say that Patrick Mahomes had the flu going on and everything. He didn't look right, but you know what, man? I'm gonna give the Broncos they do, man. They played well, defense played well enough. Yeah, I mean they played well. They played well enough, and Patrick was the uncharacteristically Patrick. He's throwing the ball all over the place, taking bad sacks. But I won't tell you, that 4th down thing he threw to Sky Moore was right on the money. He just looked over the wrong shoulder. You know, he was looking over this shoulder, and he should have been looking over that shoulder because the ball was right there.
Yeah.
But turned over on downs, and that was kind of the last spurter for them. But we're talking about the game tomorrow, so it's going to be whether or not anybody can handle that speed of the Miami Dolphins. Now, Tyreek Evans. I keep wanting to say Tyreek Evans. Tyreek Hill already got the party started. Now he said, "Now I don't know who gonna guard me, but they about to get that work."
Yeah,
and that's what he said. He said that, didn't he?
You gonna get this work?
Yeah, they finna get this work, man. Yeah, Trent McDuffie. I hope you ate your Wheaties. I hope you ran your wind sprints and got your wind up. You finna get that work, right?
Lace them up, yeah, for sure.
All right, so here's some stats on this game. Maybe folks don't know. So quietly as kept, the Kansas City Chiefs have one of the more underrated defenses. They only average giving up about 16 points a game, and you got, Chris Jones, a man in the middle, George Kalafis, the linebacker, and you got, Trent McDuffie. They got and their defense has been pretty solid, man. They've been holding teams down. The problem with Kansas City is that they're not as explosive as they used to be. And I think teams have started to play this umbrella shell, which I don't know if anybody noticed or not. The coach for the Dolphins, Vic Fangio, the defensive coordinator, that's kind of what he specializes in. He plays that 2-deep shell, and he's going to kind of force Patrick Mahomes to do kind of what Patrick Mahomes been doing. He's going to force them to do that. And a footnote, Jalen Ramsey is back.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he was trying to go on a Twitter battle like, ain't nobody said nothing about how I was going to play. Who said it? And he suited up Sunday. He suited up Sunday. I'm like, folks,
Man,
go play. Ain't nobody asked me nothing about whether I was playing or not. How does this get folks just get out and stuff out? And he suited up on Sunday. Xavier Howard's playing Sunday too.
I didn't know that. I like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
We got Ram and Xavier. Okay. All right.
Yeah, man. Let me check this out here. Let me check this out. Make sure your boy ain't lying. Go and give your little stuff. I know you got some stuff to say about this game because it's a game to be talked about.
Oh, well, yeah. It's definitely top shelf, 5-star, all that. I'll be waking up to watch it like most people.
Xavier Howard is questionable.
Okay. Questionable usually tends to lean towards giving it a go, so that's
right.
promising.
Right.
I'm Dolphins all day with this one, man.
Okay.
I think Kansas City has to show me, they can get into a boat race with a team. I want to see it. I think Miami is going to come out and really stretch the field and, really test that defensive backfield of the Chiefs, test their mettle. And that's between Tyreek and Waddle. They're going to put a lot of pressure on the Chiefs to have to cover the whole field. So I can't put nothing past Patty, of course, but I need to see it. So I'd rather go on the other side for this one. And hopefully it becomes a classic, like it has the capability and potential to. And maybe it becomes a high scoring affair and you get a lot of big plays on both sides. But if I had to choose which team has the capacity and likelihood to do that as of right now, I'm taking Miami. So neutral field, which completely changes things in terms of if this were in Kansas City, I may feel more inclined to go the other way, but neutral field in front of a loud, ruckus, crowd of Germanians. Shout out to them. I like my chances with Miami for this one, man. It's good to see Ram back on the other side. And Patty, man, it's going to be a test for you, man. And Tyreek coming to play, as we know. So,
yeah.
It's always a thing with Miami. If you can get pressure on Tua, it kind of changes the dynamics. But they're so skillful, McDaniels and that staff, at just getting the ball out of his hands and letting his skill position speed, do what they do best. So I'm gonna just go with Miami, man, and hopefully we get a classic out of it. But team that I think is gonna be able to move the ball up and down, I would safely go with Miami opposed to Kansas City for that. So,
all right. Couple of stats I'm gonna throw at you, man. I kind of look at pro football focus. I don't like all that stuff, but hey, man, some of the stuff is vital information to know, man. I don't go with all of the advanced metrics. Sometimes it's stuff like determine that if he put the left shoe on first, then he got a better. I don't do all this. So, but apparently the Dolphins, defensive wise, have the fourth lowest completion percentage on throws more than 20 yards. Okay, that's a vital stat because that tells you that they play a shell that they don't let you get a lot of stuff down the field. Okay, but they give up 88%, almost 90% on throws under 10 yards. So it means you can get them underneath.
Yeah.
So I started thinking about that. And I was like, well, gee, that's kind of how Kansas City has been playing. They kind of been playing underneath. They've kind of been taking a short dump off. This the 8-9 yard pass plays to Kelce, and he'll run for 8-9 more in his 17-yard catch and run, and and that sort. And it's kind of nickeling and diming it down the field. That's kind of how they've been playing. They kind of was trying to go to big plays like they had Tyreek and now they got Mecole Hardman back. Now he's a homeless Tyreek, right?
Shout out.
And so, what you laughing at, man? What? He a homeless Tyreek.
I ain't saying nothing.
So that's how they've been playing. If they can get Patrick to kind of fooled into thinking he can get something deep, you got them two dogs back there covering. It's not going to be a good thing.
I do want to ask you, since you,
I'm going with Kansas City because I done got my hand slapped a couple of weeks ago, but going against Patty.
Yeah.
Now the week I go against Patty, he wins. Then I go with him the next week and he gets beat. So what's a brother to do, man? All right. I'm gonna go with Kansas City in a close. And I wouldn't be surprised if Harrison Butker kicks a field goal with no time left to win it. I think it's gonna be that close and that competitive. I got the Kansas City Chiefs by a whisker.
Well, that was cool, but what's the score then? Since you picking Kansas City,
30-27.
All right.
30-27.
I did want to ask you, is Javon Holland in? I don't know if he's injured or not. I'm just asking you. I don't know.
Javon Holland.
Yeah, that's their safety, Miami safety.
Yeah, I was looking at the injury report, and I didn't see him on the report.
Okay.
Braxton Berrios, that's the slot receiver. He's questionable. Xavier Howard's questionable. Robert Hunt, he's an offensive lineman. He's out. That's not good or whatever. Now, if you're going up against Chris Jones, then no. But I don't see any other. So he may be playing for the Dolphins. He may be playing.
Yeah, so, he's a big part of that secondary. I just want to know.
So make sure he may be playing, but we splitting on that one. He's going Dolphins. The Dolphins are just like, and I have to say it, even though I'm wearing my Cowboys regalia because it's Cowboys Eagles week. In case you didn't know, just like the Cowboys, the Dolphins got to prove to me they can be the quality team, not just beat up on little sisters of the poor. Okay, you can't just beat the Jets and the Patriots and the Giants and them teams. You got to beat Buffalo and you got to beat Philly and you got to beat Kansas City. You got to beat some of the big boys. Okay, yeah. And so until you prove that by me, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. But I wouldn't be upset if the Dolphins win it because I love the way they play. The way they play. Because it's not just the running, it's not just the passing game that they do. It's the running in the creative way that they can create running lanes with their misdirection and their movement. That they get defensive linemen out of their rush lanes, and then you get Mostert you get him. It's a shame they ain't got Devon Achane. But if you get Mostert and you get him a step, he might get a 20-yard run out of that because he's just that fast, whatever. But I'm going with Kansas City. But it's going to be a close one. All right, it's going to be close. All right. Our next game. Okay, there we go. We got the Seattle Seahawks at the Baltimore Ravens. This I call a 4.7 star game. It's right there. Okay, division winners from two conferences. From the NFC West and the AFC North. Okay. I think Baltimore might be 5-2, and I believe Seattle is 5-2 also.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. 5-2 or 6-2, whatever.
Maybe. The Seahawks are 5-2, and the Ravens are 6-2. I stand corrected. Okay. And so let me go ahead and look at the injury report. So right now, Baltimore's been looking real good. They didn't look great last week, but they didn't have to. They was playing the Cardinals. Cardinals are, let's just say it this way, are not exactly putting their best foot forward to try to win games. Let's just say that, all right? Okay? I ain't never seen a team trade away their starting quarterback at the trade deadline. Ain't never seen it. I've been seeing this thing a long time, TK. Ain't never seen that. Hey, your starting quarterback that took snap for you last week, threw a touchdown pass for you last week, and you trade him at the trade deadline. Wow.
Where's Kyler Murray?
Yeah, That's a question too. Where's Kyler Murray? Now, Jonathan Gannon was like, "Oh well, we're gonna see what's going on. Oh, but Kyler Murray's gonna play. No, well, we don't know. We're gonna see. What about Clayton Tune? I think he played at one of those colleges in Texas. I can't remember which one it was. Was it TCU or is it?
I have no idea who that man is.
It's one of them schools. I guess I could have looked that up, couldn't I? That's bad host, man. Should look that up. But it said he'll start, but ain't nothing wrong with Kyler Murray. He's been practicing. He's been getting his stuff together and everything. So the fix could be in. We're trying to lose as many games as we are. That's why I said all the teams ain't exactly putting their best foot forward to win games.
Yeah, that smells like Williams.
Huh?
Smell a lot like Caleb Williams out there in the desert.
And apparently he was at a game. Well, basketball game. He was at a basketball game. He wasn't at a Cardinals game. He was at a Suns game when they when they played the Lakers.
Mm.
Yeah. He was at that game. Just seeing around, just looking around, just looking around. Ain't nobody said he was looking at houses or nothing like that. Nobody said that.
Yeah.
He just he just looking around. He just
Yeah.
But so you got Baltimore. They playing against the Seahawks. Now, Seahawks, I saw them play against the Browns last week, and I got some stats too on your boy Geno Smith. Now, Geno Smith is sort of like that. I don't know how you say it because I know the PFF got a thing that says, well, you got a thing called, which I didn't want to give this kind of stat any airplay, but it's something to that. When they're talking about turnover-worthy plays, meaning you threw one and it hit a dude right in the freaking chest and he drops it, that's a turnover-worthy play. Or you threw it and you got fooled and the guy jumped a route and it glanced off his face mask and it should have been picked and it didn't. You're like, you should have got one on that one. That was a throw last week, man, when they were playing the Browns. And Browns had just went up by a score. And that daggum safety read that thing perfect, man. Jumped underneath. I can't remember and that thing hit that dude right in the hand. That would have been a pick six too, but he dropped it. And I'm sitting there like, and then Geno proceeded to dice them up and go down and get a touchdown. So they were saying he's got like a high 70 like quarterback rating, but he got like the second most turnover-worthy plays in the league. So you see the feast of famine. He can make the throws, but in 3 or 4 times a game, he going to make one of them where you throw it and you cover your eyes and you open it back up and it's, he dropped it. Okay. Whew. Okay.
Yeah.
You go down and dice 3 more and get a touchdown.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of that with Geno Smith, but hats off to Geno Smith. That's a dude I kind of pulled for because he caught HE double hockey sticks for a few years, man, because he, Giants and the Jets he played did not look good and he kind of bounced around the league and he kind of found a team that with an organization that knows how to put stuff together, and he's kind of having some good success here. And so you like to see dudes have success when they kind of get some things working in their favor. And I'm glad he's taking advantage of that with the receiving core that they got and Pete Carroll and John Schneider, that they seem to know how to put teams together. And now I said all that to say, taking Baltimore. Because I just think that Baltimore is just a good team, top to bottom. I think Lamar's playing well. I think that, the defense is underrated. They're playing well. And they're playing at Baltimore, so it means Seattle got to come 3 hours to go play a 12 o'clock game. That's always a stat that they talk about because when they play the game at 12, the Seattle people feeling like that's 9 o'clock in the morning on their biological clocks, if you look at it like that. So that's a factor. I know these are professionals. They didn't play 12 o'clock games on the East Coast before. I get all that, right? But I don't know. I just got a feeling Baltimore is just going to do that, So I just, Lamar's having a good, almost as good a season as he had when he had his unanimous MVP season. Maybe not with the touchdown, but his completion percentage, his decision making, and that sort of stuff has been excellent this year. And they've just played well. And he's got more weapons this year than he's had in any other year. So I'm going Baltimore.
Yeah. I'm going, save the suspense. I'm going Baltimore, but I'll say this, man. That Seahawks defense is nasty.
It just got better.
They just got better and nastier because Leonard Williams is both good and nasty in the trench.
Leonard Williams and Frank Clark. So, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I really like that Seahawks defense, and to be fair to them, I think they're gonna give Lamar HE double hockey sticks.
I think
Right?
so, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
Uh, you know, getting pressure in the middle, with,
Yeah.
with Leonard and Baya Mofe, I believe is his name. They got
Yeah.
an edge.
Yeah. Yeah. That's him. Yeah.
Uh, I think if they can just flush Lamar out of the pocket and sort of entice him to either choose to tuck it and go or
Yeah.
make,
Yeah.
try to make the throws, try to bait him into stuff. They got guys on that back line that can take advantage if he
Let me
tries.
let me let me insert this, man.
Yeah,
The Seahawks got one hell of a secondary, man. I'm just gonna say it. I guess I should have said hockey sticks. Devin Witherspoon is all that, right? And
yeah,
that's gonna
yeah.
be a spicy matchup with him and Jay Flowers.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely,
That's gonna be a
absolutely.
nice rookie matchup right there. That's gonna be nice right there. But go ahead, finish your point. I just had
Oh,
to
yeah.
add that in there.
It's just a lot of that, man, and Tariq Woolen on the other side,
Tariq Woolen, yeah, yeah.
a ball hawk in his own
Jamal
right.
Adams.
Yeah, they swarm, man, and I wouldn't put it past them being able to entice a couple bad throws out of Lamar.
Yeah,
It may go the other way,
yeah,
but Lamar at the bank, I like my chances there.
yeah,
And,
yeah,
it's home team, home cooking.
yeah.
I just think they find a way to get it done, but he will have earned it because that Seahawks defense gonna make you earn it. So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
may get ugly. It may get ugly, but I say Baltimore get an ugly win at home. I'll take my chances with that. Um, a guy on their defense, Geno Stone, had an
Mm-hmm.
incredible year. So, to your points that you made before,
Yeah,
Geno sort of has a tendency at times to give you a couple. So, yeah,
yeah.
he throw.
Then he'll make a throw and be like, dang, how he get that thing in there? Yeah, yeah.
Stone is having a good year. So, be careful, Geno. I'm
Right.
one of Geno's. So, yeah, I'm going Baltimore with you, man.
Okay. We both going Baltimore on that one, but I don't think it's gonna be a lot of scoring in that game.
No, I would say I would agree with that. Yeah.
I mean, like, maybe like 20-17, 19-16, 16-13, something like that. I don't look for a whole lot of scoring in this game. I really don't. I really don't. Um, but that's good. That's gonna be a competitive game. So we're gonna see. We both got Baltimore on that one. So that's another one of our good games. All right. So let's go to the next game here. This game's kind of meh to me. You got the Arizona Cardinals at the Cleveland Browns. So you got Clayton Tune versus PJ Walker. Take it away.
Cleveland, they throwing that young fella out there to the wolves. That Cleveland defense is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That young fella gonna have a long day tomorrow. Deshaun Watson's back. Hopefully, he's back. He's able to complete the game and feel okay. But yeah. Even if he wasn't, I mean,
Right.
Clayton Tune, man, you have a long day, dude. So I just don't expect him to be able to move the ball much at all against that defense. So Cleveland can just put together a touchdown drive or two. That's the game. So
Right. Right.
Cleveland all
Right.
day. Yeah.
Now, just for record keeping here, Cleveland discarded one of their, I thought, good wide receivers, a guy that went on the opposite side of Amari Cooper, Donovan People-Jones. He ended up going to the Detroit Lions for like a, I don't know, 5th or 6th round pick or something like that. So that's just one less weapon that PJ Walker will have. PJ Walker, just for anybody that might not know, is the lowest ranked quarterback in the NFL. He got like a 31 rating.
Oh, I gotta stop you, man. I saw on the ticker last night. I was watching basketball. It said
That Deshaun is gonna play.
he's
Okay, good deal. Good deal. Good deal. Good deal. That's okay. We got different information then. That's good then. I hope he does play because
Right.
that's going
Yeah,
right.
it's on the ESPN tickets. I assume
Yeah,
that's
I'm kind of over the PJ Walker experiment.
backup
I'm kind of
quarterback.
over that, man.
Yeah,
But that just shows you how good that defense is. Even with PJ Walker, they even win like 2-3 games.
yeah,
They beat the 49ers with that dude, you
yeah,
know?
yeah. Sure.
And so, beat the well, had a chance to beat the Seahawks. They really could have beat the Seahawks. Let's
Yeah,
not get that twisted.
yeah,
They could have beaten them,
yeah.
you know, very easily. That game was in the balance,
Top
you
10.
know. And so if they got Deshaun back and he's reasonably healthy, that's even gonna make it worse. But yeah, I got Cleveland, man. I got Cleveland.
Yeah.
And like I said, the shenanigans that's going on with the Cardinals is just something that we just have to talk about. But the play on the field, Clayton Tune up in the elements. It's November in Cleveland, so you know what the weather gonna be like. You know what the field conditions gonna be like. This
Oh,
dude,
God.
this dude fresh out of college. Yeah, man. Yeah, boy. The wind start ripping in off that river. Yeah, boy. Yeah, you ain't finna like none of that. And you got Myles Garrett jumping over the offensive line to come get. Yeah, boy. You ain't finna like none of that right there. You ain't finna like none of that. So I got Cleveland, man. I got Cleveland winning that one. Probably not even gonna be close. But the Cardinals have found a way to keep games close that they have no business keeping close. But I don't expect that this week though. Okay.
Mm.
So we both got Cleveland winning that one. All right. So now another somewhat of a meh game. I hadn't even formulated my pick on this one yet. You got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Houston Texans, and Tampa then kind of fell back to earth a little bit. Wasn't they 3-0 at one point, or 2-0 or something at one point?
They started.
And they kind of fell back to earth and lost to Detroit, lost to Atlanta. Let's see. Let me get me the line by what their record is. They are 3-4 now, and the Texans are 3-4. So this is a game where, and they're playing at Houston. So that's probably where I'm going to go with my pick, even though Houston sort of let me down last week. But I have to keep reminding myself that Houston is a young team.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's an interesting thing when you start talking about young teams, TK. It's sort of like they kind of win when you don't expect them but then when you start attaching expectations, oh, dang, you just beat so-and-so. You just beat Atlanta. You just beat, oh, dang. Now, when stuff starts getting expected of you, it's a little different because they are young, okay? They're very, very young. You got a rookie quarterback. You got, young offensive lineman. You got a young running back, Damian Pierce, who I've heard that not going to play tomorrow. You got young receivers, Tank Dell and what's the other kid's name? It'll come to me in a second. The other kid named the Speedster. They both got speed now. It'll come to me in a second. But and you got Tampa Bay, which they got a veteran coaching, veteran players. Vita Vea is still Vita Vea.
Oh, he's not playing.
Is he not playing? I didn't even look at the injury report.
I heard somebody say that this week. He's not playing. That's a big deal.
Yep, you're right. Well, it says questionable. It says questionable. So we're going to see. But I know Damian Pierce is out. I got that right. Robert Woods is out and that sort of stuff. And Sheldon Rankins is questionable. He's a D tackle for Houston. I kind of like Houston, though, man. I finally found out what that dude's name was. That dude's name is Bobby Slovic. That's his name. He's the offensive coordinator. He spent some years at San Francisco at quarterbacks coach and some other things. And he brought a lot of that Kyle Shanahan stuff with him to the Houston Texans, right? It's interesting because him and D'Amico Ryans arrived at San Francisco together as quality guys. Mm-hmm. And they worked their ways up the ladder. And him ended up being like the offensive, like quarterback coach, like passing game coordinator, then him becoming defensive coordinator. And when he got his job, he brought him with him. All right. So that's just kind of interesting. So that kind of explains some of the the success, because the Kyle Shanahan system, the West Coast system, and his adaptation of it does work. Okay. It's just sometimes it leaves stuff to be desired when it comes to situational football. Sometimes late in games, they do silly things. But when it comes to talking about designing plays to get you off script, to get you off balance, you don't know you expecting this, and they bring, you coming, you expecting this, and they coming around with that over here. They showing you eye candy over here. You go over there, and they reverse it over there, and oh man, nobody's better at that than them. So he's bringing that to the Houston Texans, right? But I did a lot of talking. What's your pick, Uncle Fred? You talking too much. I'm gonna go with Houston. I was thinking Tampa because I was thinking that what's the coach's name? I think he was going to design something to keep the quarterback off balance here. He's a young quarterback, ain't seen everything yet. But I'm gonna go with Houston. I don't know why, but I'm gonna go with Houston. Okay. I'm gonna go with Houston. Against my better judgment, I just think the Baker Mayfield experiment is over with. I just think that it's just not. I got Houston, man.
Yeah, man, this is like a pick'em game for me because
yeah.
I'm indifferent really with both teams, so I'll just go the other way just for the
just to be difficult. Okay.
Yeah, just spice it up.
Spice it up. Okay.
Well, it's not like I have many reasons why. Let me just go with it and see what happens.
Okay, you're spicing up for the sake of spicing it up. So you ain't one of them people you come home, he just to move furniture just for the sake of just moving. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna change that up. Are you one of them people?
No.
No. Oh, okay.
But in this case, yeah, I'm gonna just spice
it. come home, the couch is somewhere else. You sit on the floor, you expecting the couch to be here. Oh, I moved it over here. What the heck you doing? Okay. All right, man. You going with Tampa. I'm going with Houston. So we'll see how that go. All right, next game up. Not a whole lot with that game here. Let's move on. Not a whole lot with this one either. You got the Chicago Bears at the New Orleans Saints. And you got Bajan Orange here. Them guys be killing me messing with his name. He's the Bagent of change. That's just funny because he's really not that good of a quarterback, but he got a name that you can play with, so they play with his name. It's funny. It's funny to be, man. So Tyson Bagent goes to New Orleans and plays the New Orleans Saints team. That they got me last week because I think I picked against them last week when I think it was the Colts.
Yeah.
I picked against them and they got me because they really have been playing well. Derek Carr's been here and there and kind of been all on different pages with his receivers. I think Chris Olave's kind of said to himself he's kind of been off. I ain't really seen that. I think he's been okay. He dropped a couple of passes, but he's a young receiver. They do that from time to time. I just think New Orleans has way more talent. You got Olave, you got Michael Thomas, you got Rashid, you got Alvin Kamara. They're playing in New Orleans. That crowd gets loud. I got New Orleans.
I got New Orleans.
Even though the Bears just got Montez Sweat from the Washington Commanders, so their pass rush should be some better, but I don't think it's going to be enough. So we both got the New Orleans Saints to win that game, and I don't want to spend too much time on that because we got better games to get to. How about that? All right. All right. So now you got the Minnesota Vikings at the Atlanta Falcons. And this means you're going to have, I think his name is Hall, Darren Hall versus Tyler Heineke. Because, oh gosh, his name just slipped my mind. Just got benched. Desmond Ridder just got benched, or so they say. They took him out to protect him because he may have had concussion symptoms or whatever they're saying and whatnot. So he didn't get benched, and then and so the PFF guys had me laughing on that one too. He said, "Oh, so I guess if he sits down, that makes him benched. So he just stands on the sideline. He didn't get benched, so he's standing." And then Arthur Smith don't make it no better because he was just saying one thing, and then it's like, okay, so he wasn't benched until y'all went home and looked at the film, and now he's benched.
Yeah, they don't believe in the guy. Fortunately, but I got Atlanta for this pick, man.
I do too. Taylor Heineke's proven himself in the NFL. I don't know about this Darren Hall. I don't know nothing about him and whatnot. And yeah, Minnesota's got some nice skill position people. You know, Jordan Addison proven he belongs in this league, man. He's a dude that belongs in this league. But and then they don't know if they're going to start going to play Josh Dobbs or not. Now he just got there, but you know that dude's a rocket scientist. He can pick up a playbook now. He's a physicist or whatever. You can pick up a playbook. Now they're starting Darren Hall or whatever his name is, but I would guarantee you that Josh Dobbs plays in this game at some point. What's the over and under on that? You think he plays? I bet he gets some snaps.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. I wouldn't be surprised at all, man. Atlanta has a competing defense, so they're able to, put the rookie through the rigors, man. I wouldn't be surprised if Dobbs get a
playing
shot.
in Atlanta too. Yeah. So, any more on that one? No more. That's it. No more. I was waiting for the kicker sometimes, but you didn't apply a kicker, so you didn't say nothing. So we both got the foul. Now here's something that might throw you off. It just came to me just now. I remember seeing this on the reports this morning on my when I was watching the NFL Network this morning. I did find out that Drake London is out.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's right, fresh off the presses because it ain't even on here.
Okay,
but yeah, Drake London is out, so that kind of changes. I still like Atlanta, but that might shave a couple of points off of that. But I still like Atlanta because I just think that you can't win with now they put Josh Dobbs in, and he's he's not Kirk Cousins or nothing, but he is a quarterback that knows he knows how to direct an offense. He done seen some stuff before, right? So. But I still got Atlanta. I just thought I'd throw that little tidbit in there, which is just for record keeping, You know what I'm saying? So anyhow, let's move on to more competitive games here. So right now you got the LA Rams at the Green Bay Packers. Rams coming off that beatdown administered by my Dallas Cowboys. I had to throw that in there. Question: the thing on this particular game that sort of like should keep you your interest is that we're not sure what they're gonna do with Matthew Stafford because Matthew Stafford, due to some hits that he incurred last week, kind of hurt his thumb on his throwing hand, and then Sean McVay proceeded to, knowing he got a bad throwing hand, to run him on a Philly special, have him out to catch a ball and fall down and secure the ball with his sore hand.
Yeah.
Don't understand what the logic was of that. You got a quarterback that got his hands are compromised. Why would you be trying to throw him a pass? I don't know, man. So that's going to make a big difference because if you got a somewhat healthy Matthew Stafford, I like the Rams because Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Tyler Higbee. I like their receiving core. And I just like their overall team. I don't know what – I'm not really impressed with nothing that the Packers have done, what Jordan Love has done, or any of that, any of the stuff they're doing. The only thing good about them is, they got a pretty decent pass rush with my man Rashawn Gary. That's about the only thing I can say about the Packers. They pass rush is like one of the best because Rashawn Gary is like the highest rated like pass rusher in terms of like pressures and in terms of like, that sort of thing. So that's about it, man. And other than that, man, I don't know. I guess I got the Rams, but I almost want to put a footnote in there that if they go with Brett Rippon who many might not know is the nephew of God, what is his first name? Used to be quarterback of the Commanders. Used to be the Redskins back in the day. Won a Super Bowl. That's his nephew. So yeah, Brent Riffin. So he comes from a line of quarterbacks. He's a quarterback family. But I saw him last week filling in the relief of Matt Stafford. He was not good. Not good. Trent, is it Trent Rippin? Trent Rippin? I can't remember his first name, but he's a nephew of a former NFL Super Bowl winning quarterback. So that's what I'm saying. Gotcha. But if Brent Rippin plays, I'm going with the Packers. If Stafford plays, I know that don't sound good. Going with a contingent pick. But if Matt Stafford plays, I'm going with the Rams. So I don't know if that sounds good or not. It's on you, man.
I'm going Green Bay at home, man, at Lambeau. Not to say that I have a ton of faith in them, but I think home field advantage will take them over the top because I did hear it's unlikely that Stafford plays just because of the injury to his actual throwing hand. So probably not something he'll play through. Yeah, I'll take Green Bay.
Okay. And the name is Mark Rippon. It just came to me. Mark Rippon. He used to be quarterback of the Redskins, and they won a Super Bowl back in 1991, if I'm not mistaken. The last time they won a Super Bowl, he was their quarterback. So, just the little trivia information there. But he going Green Bay. I'm going Rams. But if Brent Rippon starts, I'm going Green Bay all day long because I don't think that guy can play quarterback. So yeah. Anywho, next game. This is sort of a snoozer too. And I got a little tidbit on this one that might make this a little more interesting than it really is. You got the Washington Commanders at the New England Patriots. Now, why this game is sort of interesting? Because there was a report coming from Mike Florio, football in America, whatever that show he's football, pro football talk or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I'm
not really a fan of Mike Florio, but whatever. There is a story that the Washington Commanders might be willing to offer the New England Patriots some draft compensation or something to that effect to require the services of one William Bill Belichick. That's out there, man. I'm not kidding you. That is out there. I don't know how much truth is. Something he heard. So sometimes these reporters and these people, these television personalities, in order to get clicks, they just say something that they heard. And yeah, they heard it. They heard it from their own mouth. They heard it out of their head.
Absolutely.
And they try to make that, and they'll make a story out of that. And all of a sudden, they just sold papers and stuff on that thing. And it is something they made up in their mind, right? But and that just kind of adds to a game that really don't have a lot of luster at all, to be honest with you. Two teams that really ain't going nowhere. You got the Washington Commanders with Sam Howell, who is the most sacked quarterback in the NFL. I don't know if people knew that, but he is. It's not because the Washington Commanders don't have a decent offensive line, because they do, because they got one of the higher ranked pass protection grades in the league, but this guy holds the ball a lot, right? So you take that and you match that with the Patriots, who really don't have a great team, but Bill Belichick is a great coach, and he had a week off to prepare. And you'll get where my pick is going. I got the Patriots all day long, every day, because I think Bill's gonna sack that dude about 5 times. He gonna have some looks in there that dude ain't, because he didn't had a week off to prepare that stuff. And I feel like they're gonna win that game probably rather easily, and probably move to. I think the Patriots got 3 wins.
2.
Is it only 2?
Yeah, they're pretty bad, man.
2-6. They're 2-6. Washington's 2, so they're gonna be, if they win, they'll go to the 3-6. So, but yeah, Bill Belichick might be getting traded to the Washington Commanders, man.
I doubt it. I'm going. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm just going with Bill on this one. Yeah, Patriots. But I would like to see Eric Bieniemy get a chance to
I would too.
just coach the rest of this year out, man. It's kind of clear Ron Rivera won't be back next year, so I'd like to just let them, give him a half a season to test drive that thing and see what you like about him.
Right.
I'd like to see them get a fair shot to run it.
Right. We actually run a team. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Total side note here, and it's just for, like I said, just for record keeping here. The Commanders actually played the Eagles last week pretty darn good. I think my man Howell had like 400 yards passing on them.
they did. I watched
Wasn't
that.
snapped but one time either.
Yeah, they will fight back. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm switching my pick. I'm going with Washington. Because I remember watching that game last week. Like, man, they got so much skill position talent. It's kind of like one of them teams where it's like a better quarterback could do a lot with this. Like, it's not to say Sam is a bad quarterback or anything, but I think they got enough talent. I'm going the other way. I changed my pick.
Well, here and the other side of that is Washington. Actually, you can say they kind of punted on the season because they gave up two of their defensive line personnel. And Montez Sweat and Chase Young. I mean, you got your two ends. You basically gave up on. And basically, you got now Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen. Basically, and of course some other guys that you're gonna plug in now. So I don't look for them to really be able to. Not on New England's offense is kind of pop gunnish, sort of, kind of.
Which makes me switch my pick because it's like I think Washington has more potential to like make bigger plays in the game. I just think New England's gonna struggle with that.
Yeah,
it's like I'll go Washington.
You're gonna go Washington. He's moving furniture again, people. He's moving furniture again. Come home and he want to make sure the dinette set to be on the other side of the room now.
Yeah.
Changing the furniture.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think that concludes our 12 o'clock picks. All right. That includes our 12 o'clock picks. Now we go to the 3 o'clock games. And I'm pulling them up on your ticker here. And 3 o'clock game, and really you got 3 o'clock games, and really only one of them count. So we're gonna leave that one for last. And you got your Indianapolis Colts and the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers coming off their first win of the season, which I didn't see that coming because I actually sat right here. You can pull tape and say it. I said, yeah, they're gonna win a game this season, but it won't be this week. And it was that week. They beat the last second field goal, and they beat the Houston Texans. All right, and Bryce Young had a pretty good game. A couple of touchdown passes, like he threw for like 235 yards or something like that. Had a pretty nice game. They're playing the Indianapolis Colts. They're playing them at home at Carolina. Indianapolis is, they've kind of let me down. I picked them a couple of weeks here. And they're 3-5. Of course, Richardson is now. This would have been a nice game had Richardson played. You have Richardson versus Bryce Young. That'd been a nice quarterback duel. For young quarterbacks, that would have been nice to see. But it wasn't to be. So we got what's my man's name? Minshew. Minshew. You got Minshew Magic, who leads the NFL by a mile in what they call turnover-worthy plays. I know everybody don't like, well, no, okay. Is a turnover, is it not one? But if you throw enough balls in harm's way, eventually them hens come to roost, man. Eventually they do, right? Mm-hmm. And so he's sitting on right now. Really not that bad. 7 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, but he got like 16 turnover-worthy plays. So, I was gonna take the Colts. I've been taking the Colts because I think Jonathan Taylor should be starting to get cranked up here. Something tells me the Carolina Panthers might win this one, and I didn't. I think they're a bad team. I think they got bad offensive line. I think they got limited skill position players. I think you got Adam Thielen, and I think DJ Chark play for them.
I think he plays. I don't know if he's playing. He might be hurt or something. But
I'm going to tell you right now. Josh, that's the coach. Yeah, that's the coach, Josh Downs. Laviska Shenault, but he's out. Justin Houston, which I didn't even know they had. Okay. I'm gonna take Carolina. This is one I'm just going out on a hunch on. I had picked the Colts a couple of times, and they were playing at home. They let me down. And then the time I pick against them, they playing the Ravens. They win. I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll go with them. And they proceed to lose the next 2 games. I'm like, okay, dude, I'm done with y'all. I'm going Panthers. I think Bryce Young maybe maybe start to figure some stuff out. But I know you're going the other way.
Absolutely.
I knew it.
Yeah, Indy gonna run that ball, man. Control that game. Yeah, it's Indy, man. It's Indy for me.
You got Indy. Okay. All right. Being contrarian again. That's all right. Now you got the New York Football Giants at the Las Vegas Raiders, and now just to say this, that you got a couple of teams coming off some different types of changes here. So the Giants lose one of their interior defensive linemen, and Leonard Williams, and of course now the other guy that they got, that dude might be the best defensive tackle playing right now. And I can't think his name right now. I got it wrote down.
Dexter Lawrence.
Dexter Lawrence. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Dexter Lawrence. Like I said, that's why I listen to Pro Football Talk. They put a lot of the stats in context. Dexter Lawrence, people might not know it. Dexter Lawrence is a nose tackle. Okay. Right? What that mean? That mean when he's got a center in front of him and possibly a guard on the left and a guard on the right that can double or triple team him on any given play. Right? This guy got 68 quarterback pressures and like 5-6 sacks as a nose tackle. Who ain't supposed to do that? You're just supposed to hold the gap and keep guys from running down your throat. You ain't supposed to be able to do that. He got 68 pressures. That's like top 2 or 3 in the league at a nose tackle. You ain't supposed to be able to do that. Okay?
All right, well, tell that to Aaron Donald.
Yeah, you ain't supposed to be able to do that. Him and Aaron Donald say something different. They different. Yeah. You're not supposed to be able to do that. Now Aaron Donald lines up as a like on a defensive inside, when you play a 4-3, it's not exactly a nose tackle. When you play a 3-4, you line it up right over the nose, and you got 2 dudes on the opposite sides of you. And he gets in there. I don't know how you get 68 of them, because a guy like Micah Parsons ain't got that same amount, and he get to line up everywhere he want to line up and still do that. And he nimble, can move around. This dude like 330. The heck's going on here? And the Raiders just asked their coach and general manager midweek after that, if you want to call it debacle on Monday night when they played the Lions. And to be perfectly honest with you, Josh McDaniel kind of looked on a couple of them plays that didn't work. He kind of did look like a dead man walking. Especially when you had Devontae Adams running scot-free on 2 plays, one from the goal line, where it could have been like a 98-yard pass play. He wide open, and Jimmy Garoppolo just throws it out of bounds. And another one down probably like midfield, and he puts a double move on Cam Sutton, and basically it's cooked him. And Jimmy Garoppolo throws it short, and it don't ever get to him. And I'm like, golly. So So they're going with Antonio Pierce. If that name seems familiar, he used to be a player. He used to play for the Giants, who they're playing today or tomorrow. And I said all that verbiage to say I'm not sure who I'm going with. I don't know if the Raiders could win that. I guess it's too much going on. Because I think they benched Jimmy Garoppolo too, so maybe they're going with Aiden O'Connell.
They are.
And I guess I got to go with the Giants. I mean, is there ever a game where both teams could lose? Both of them can take an L. I would take this game for that. I just think that's just too much to overcome from an organization to win this game. That's just me. So I got the Giants, but shoot, they both should lose for me, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm going Raiders. Daniel Jones is back. Aiden McConnell's in for the Raiders. I just think they're going to play hard for Antonio Pierce. I think Josh McDaniels and Leap Ziegler was his name, the GM. It's kind of like a black cloud being lifted because the players were pretty vocal the entire year about their frustrations with the organization. So I think they rally. They're at home, right? They're at home, right?
They are playing at playing at Las Vegas. They definitely are.
I think they rally around Antonio Pierce. They still have elite talent on the field. I just at least at the skill position areas. I just think they rally, man, and I love Max Crosby. I think he's going to put a lot of pressure on Daniel Jones. I expect them to just, play it cookie cutter, run the ball, try to get Devontae involved as much as possible, sneak out of there with a win at home. So I'm going with Vegas.
Okay, we go Raiders. I'm going Giants. Just for record keeping purposes, Dexter Lawrence has 48 pressures, not 68 pressures. 48. That's still a lot, from a guy playing that position. You're getting double, triple teamed almost every play, and you still be able to rush the passer like a pass rusher when you're really supposed to be a run stuffer, so to speak. It's still impressive to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going Giants. He's going Raiders, which I don't surprise me. He bleeds, when he's not going with Titan blue and white, he's going Raiders black and silver. So
any reason to root for the Raiders?
Where's the lie in that? I ain't lie. I ain't tell no lie. Where's the lie?
I wish they would get like a solid quarterback I could get behind, because I would love to just go full in on my Raider fandom. It's very random.
Yeah, very random. It's random as heck, man. Okay, so now we get to the game of the day.
Yeah, for sure.
Dallas Cowboys go to Lincoln Financial Field to take on the Philadelphia. It's Cowboys Eagles week. That's why I'm rocking this. Normally I just wear some other stuff when we do our pickup show.
Need to say this because I know you about to lay it all out. I got Philly at home, so I just want to throw that out the way.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
Cowboys have kind of they it's sort of like it's joy and pain when you root for the Cowboys, because on one hand they'll make you laugh and then they'll make you cry on the next one. You come off a win where you look dominant against the Rams. You had Dak, the best game of the season. 25 out of 31, 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, a fluke interception, or he would have had a five touchdown game. And they won in all different phases of the game. One on offense with 4 touchdown passes, and one on defense with pick 6 by my boy DeRon Bland. And then they scored on special teams because Sam Williams blocked a punt for safety. So you scored in all 3 and dominant in all. Kevontae Turpin had a 63-yard punt return to set up another touchdown, and had another one late in the game that I didn't get a chance to watch because our network affiliates decided to go to a more competitive game, the Eagles and the Commanders, who they were struggling with. after the Cowboys went up 43-17 with 12 minutes and 17 seconds to go in the game, they went to a more competitive game. So I didn't see KaVontae Turpin house one for like 85 yards, and then it came back on a penalty. I didn't see that. All right. So you couple that with trade deadline coming, and the Cowboys basically doing this right here. Oh, phone didn't ring? Oh. Dang, nobody called us. Okay. And why that's upsetting is that you couple the highs from winning that game, and you got momentum going into, and then you don't make no move. Even though you see everybody around you that's in contention make some sort of move, they have the wherewithal to look at their organization, look at their roster, and say, hey, we have an opportunity to acquire a player here or there that could make our roster even better. You even take the Eagles. They're 6-1 at the time they made the move and went out and got Kevin Byard because they feel like their safety room wasn't good enough. Seattle Seahawks felt like their defensive line might not be as good, so they go out and get Leonard Williams and have gotten Frank Clark the week before. 49ers, oh my gosh. They may have been free-falling a little bit and say, oh, you know what? We got a chance to get Chase Young to pair him with Nick Bosa on the other end, to relive their days, names at Ohio State wrecking things a few years back, right? Yeah, and you take the Detroit Lions, say, hey, our receiver room ain't good enough. We're gonna go get Donovan Peoples-Jones, and you sit and do nothing. Oh, we're good. We're good. That's just the thing that kind of worries you about the Cowboys. To go, what if you have an injury? What if something happened, unforeseen happens, right? And you didn't go get an extra offensive lineman. Now, one of the things I will say about the game against the Rams, it didn't start off good at all because first 4 times Dak threw the ball, he got sacked on 3 of them. Okay. And the Rams have what I would call a middle of the pack, even though they got Aaron Donald, a middle of the pack defensive line. And you had a week off to prepare for that. And the first time Dak throws the ball, he gets sacked. Not exactly a good look. All right. Now, you going against a dude named Michael Hoyt. That ain't Brandon Graham. That ain't Fletcher Cox. That ain't Jordan Davis, okay? That's Michael Hoyt that worked your left tackle and got sacked, okay? But it's something about Philadelphia to get the Cowboys ready to play. And I hope they're not too amped because they already know, just like I said about the Dolphins, it don't do nothing, as I mentioned earlier, it don't do nothing to go out and house a team like the Rams, house a team like the Patriots, house a team like the Jets, house a team like the Giants, and then fall on your face against the 49ers or the Cardinals, or maybe if tomorrow goes the way the prognosticators expected to, against the Eagles. All that proves is you can dominate mediocre teams. And for some reason, you don't bring your A game when you play better competition. That's a problem. That's a problem. Okay. But it's bigger than just the players, because by the fact that you did not make any added players to your roster, this thing could go one or two ways. It could go the way of, if you're somebody like Micah Parsons and you going up there, you fighting double teams, you fighting all 300-pound dudes to get to the quarterback, you getting your arms, your shoulders and stuff all beat up, and you looking at, dang, they're not even meeting us halfway. Why am I trying so hard to do all this? And y'all not even meeting us. Okay, it could go that way, or the players could think, hey, man, they really believe in us. Why don't we go out there and make them proud? I don't know. It could go one way or the other. Eagles probably do have the better team top to bottom, but I think a couple of things are going against them. First thing being Jalen Hurts is not 100%. They're not saying a whole lot about it. He's got something going on with his knee. If Jalen Hurts is not mobile, I think he compromises your offense. If you try to make him run and he can't, the spots he can't get to, if you can take advantage of that. I think we have the secondary that can You not stopping AJ Brown. There's a reason why that dude got like 5 straight games or 6 straight games, 125 yards. Ain't nobody ever done that. There's a reason why that dude did that. So it's not like, oh yeah, we're gonna shut him to like 3 catches for 25 yards. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. Okay. But I think we got the secondary that can make him work. Like, no, and guys that's smart enough and athletic enough to make him work for some of them. And some of them might not be there when he thinks that, I just got a feeling the Cowboys gonna shock the world tomorrow.
Hey, man, yeah, you should.
I feel like they're gonna shock the world tomorrow. I feel like their defense is gonna have something for them. I feel like they're gonna get pressure on some plays. I feel like even though the defense of the Eagles has been good, they pressure rate is one of the lowest this year for some reason. Even though your boy Hassan Reddick got 7 sacks, he kind of like got one of the lowest pressure grades in the league. I mean, when he gets a sack, he gets it. And then the other plays, he really not even competitive. So I think the Cowboys win by a whisker. I think it's like a 27-24 game. I think the Cowboys get them and shock the world. Change the narrative that they can't win the big games. Dak can't win good games. But what people never seem to realize, when they always want to jump on Dak's neck, when they always say, well, no, he always plays bad, but it's usually not always just him that plays bad. And when the competition gets heavier, it's the whole team that doesn't play well. Like he threw a pick last week going into the end zone, and 2 minutes later, they got a sack and turned the ball over and got the ball right back. That's what good teams do, because Jalen has thrown a lot of interceptions this year, but the Eagles always turn it around and give him the ball right back. That's what good teams do. When you don't play well or you don't have a bad play, they don't give you an excuse to lay down because he just threw a pick. That don't give you an excuse to let a guy get behind you on a pass because our quarterback just threw a pick. You still play what you're supposed to play. And I thought they did that last week. Now, whether they do that tomorrow, that's another story. But every time you see Dak play well, the offensive line didn't play well either. He's getting pressure on every other play. What do you expect him to do? Defense didn't play well either. They letting dudes get behind them. They letting dudes run up the middle for 25 and 30 yards on runs. It wasn't just him. So I think the Cowboys shake up the world tomorrow because I think they're tired of hearing the narrative. Of course, if they lose tomorrow, they're gonna kind of continue to hear it.
Oh, yeah.
They know they're coming for them. Okay. So I got the Cowboys in a close one, but no prognosticator got the Cowboys winning. So if I win, I get to come on next week and I'm gonna talk my ish. If they win, you best believe I'm talking my ish next week if they win. Heck, I might go on during and talk my ish. Okay? Just know I'm talking it. All right?
Yeah.
All right. That's enough of that. That's enough of my rant on that. Sunday night, man, another 5-star game. Another 5-star game. You got the Buffalo Bills going into, I don't know what they call that stadium now, but going into Cincinnati to play the Cincinnati Bengals. And, it's they had a game last year that ended in tragedy with Damar Hamlin going down. And that's going to be eerie, kind of going back to the scene of the thing. A little bit less than a year later. That's just kind of surreal, to go back to that same venue, same 2 teams. Instantly, they did meet in the playoffs with the Bengals winning in Buffalo. Buffalo's kind of been hit and miss, though. They've kind of been up, they've been down. They've beaten the Dolphins and, the Commanders, beat them handily, and then turned around and couldn't beat the Patriots, couldn't beat the Jets. And came within a Chris Godwin not looking up of, where a Hail Mary was being thrown. They could have lost that game because it was right there to be had. That ball was right there. If he looks up, he can just catch it and walk in the end zone. So Buffalo's not looked as great. Josh Allen has had some great games, and he's had some, Cincinnati's lost their first 3, while Burrow was playing with his strained calf or whatever it was he had with his calf, and they've withered that, and they've won 4 straight games, including wins at San Francisco last week, a game that I lost. And they got the Bills at home. Bills, incidentally, and this is what good organizations do. About a month ago, they lost their star cornerback, Tre'Davious White. And so they go to Green Bay and they offer like a 4th or 5th round pick and they get Rasul Douglas. That's what you're supposed to do, right? That's what you're supposed to do, right? I'm not throwing no shade at nobody. I'm just saying that's what you're supposed to do, right? So that makes them a little different. It makes them a little stronger on their back end.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Cincinnati for no other reason because they're playing at home. I think they're on a roll right now. Joe is playing like he a top 2 quarterback in the league. Trey Hendrickson is one of the best defensive ends playing right now. I just think Cincinnati is kind of putting it all together right now. Jamar Chase is remembered. He's Jamar Chase. He's like a number 2 receiver in this league. He's playing like it now. And, offensive line is starting to block, better than they were earlier. I got Cincy, man. I got Cincy.
Burr. Joe Burr.
Okay.
That's my pick. Oh, yeah, man. This the type of stuff Joe Burr will live for.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's a game. It's at home. I'm expecting this one to be a good one, too.
Okay. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a good one.
A lot of people are counting the Bills out, and Josh Allen, he's going to show up tomorrow night, and they're going to give Cincy a fight, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be dynamic, on both sides. But I'm going with Joe Burr.
Joe Burr. Okay. I just knew you was going Bills. I said, watch him go Bills. I know he had Josh Allen pom-pom waiver, so I know he's going for Josh.
Like Josh Allen a lot.
You got them scarlet and blue pom-poms somewhere in your closet, I know. So I know you.
Hey, man, when it's time to hop on that Bills Mafia train, I'm on it. But this week is Burr.
Okay. All right, Joe Burr. Yeah. Joe Burr's a dude, man. He's a dude. I came front. He is a dude.
Yeah.
All right. So Monday night we go. It's a game I think is slightly tasty. On the surface, it don't look that good, but I think it's going to be a game that we might want to pay some attention to. On Monday night, you got the Los Angeles Chargers at the New York Football Jets. And the Chargers coming off of a win against the Chicago Bears, and it wasn't exactly, that impressive to me. It was a win. And the Jets got a week off. Okay, fresh off that win over the Eagles. I don't think they played since then. They've got a week off. Kind of get all that stuff, get their guys back. You get your Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed back. You get your guys back and get your guys healthy. And Quinnen Williams is there, and all them guys. Lawson, the guy on the line, they healthy. C.J. Mosley, I'm saying it because their defense is not to be trifled with, right?
Absolutely.
And I think the Chargers are still trying to figure out what the heck they want to do on offense. And I think Kellen Moore, they're starting to find out some of the things we was having problems with Kellen Moore, because he can draw up some plays, but sometimes situationally his stuff leaves something to be desired. And so, because it's seeming like, he's having some trouble, getting scoring, and he's got more talent than we had when he's at Dallas. You got better quarterback, you got, comparable receivers, you got, just as good a running back and good, good, not better, if not better offensive line. And, you 2-5, 3-5, what are they?
3-4.
3-4. There's something missing there. Now, don't get me wrong. Missing a dude like Mike Williams does not help. That does not help. Mike Williams is special if he could just stay healthy. He's one of them dudes that I always say, when he get hurt, I'll be like, dang, I wish that kid get a break. Because it's dudes in the league, I always say, never seem to get a break. Because always, as soon as they seem to get it back on the right tracks, man, it come an injury. And it kind of upset the apple cart. When he's one of them dudes that just seem to can never get it right before he can get a full season in, because he should do 6'4", 225, make every catch, run every route. It just can't seem to, So I'm not saying that you lose a dude like that. Yeah, your offense should suffer. So I'm not now. Keelan Allen, him paired with Keelan Allen might be like the best route running pair of wide receivers in the league, but you're missing one of them. The Quentin Johnston is not really proven to be as good as they thought he was when they drafted him in the first round last year, right? I'm going Jets, man. I just think their defense is going to cause them problems. They had a week off. Uh, Salah is a good defensive mind. They got good defensive personnel. They always seem to be at the right place at the right time. They get pressure. They can cover. I'm going Jets, man. I'm going Jets.
Jets.
Jets. All right.
Yeah, I'm riding with the Jets this week, man.
Okay.
Gang Green, yeah, they at home, man. They going Monday night. They ready. They turned up. The defense is top tier,
Oh
and
yeah.
yeah, they gonna put some stuff out there to entice Justin, and the frustration in that offense becomes clear when they're not able to push the ball down the field like they really want to.
Right.
Without Mike Williams, it's hard to do that. And
Right.
to your point, Quentin Johnson has talent, but he's a rookie. He hasn't put it all together yet, and they're having difficulty like integrating him into Mike Williams' spot. So um, it's hard to run, it's hard to pass against the Jets. So it's kind of like when you have a defense so well balanced like that, they get to pick their poison, and that's usually not a good recipe for the opposing offense. So I think they'll throw a lot of underneath stuff. Keenan Allen's like the king of that, so I wouldn't be surprised if he just gets a bunch of targets underneath. But as far as them needing to push the ball down the field and make big plays, it's just missing from the offense right now. So yeah, I think if the Jets can just put together a couple of touchdown drives, they'll get this one. So I'm gonna say that they find a way to do that with the talent they have. And, they've done a pretty good job managing games with Zach. So I expect much of the same on Monday. Um, like a 2017 type game. I can see that.
Okay.
Jets, man, Jets.
Jets, Jets. All right, man. I'm with you, Gang Green. I got you. All right, and then we always pick the Thursday night game the next week because we won't be back into here until next Thursday. So that game will have already been played. So it's not really a great game, but we'll see what happens. You got the Carolina Panthers at the Chicago Bears, and I mean, man, Elon. I'm not Elon Musk. What's my man's name that owns Amway? I mean Amway, Amazon. What's his name? I hope he getting his money's worth, man, because they be giving him some snoozer games, man.
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. Yeah, I couldn't think of his last name. Carolina and Chicago. Really, dude? Really? That's the best you could come up with? Now, the only thing that make this game halfway watchable if Justin Fields is back. I might watch it with Justin Fields.
So, man, I hope they can get him back on the field next week. If Justin Fields is in, I'll pick Chicago, to be honest.
Okay.
So I'm going to make my pick assuming they're able to get Justin back on the field for this game. Let me not say that because it's a short week. It's a Thursday game. He probably don't play Justin Fields. So I'm going to have to switch a rule again. Flip my furniture one more time, man. I just thought about it. It's a short week. I don't think they'll get Justin in time, so I'll go Carolina.
Hey, but what if he plays Sunday? If he plays Sunday, he's obviously playing Thursday.
All right, well, he's not playing tomorrow, so
okay,
he's out tomorrow, so I doubt they.
So you going Carolina on that one?
Just because Justin probably won't play, so I'll go the other way. DJ Moore, Bo. Too bad, I don't think your guy will be able to get him the ball enough to make it what he probably wanted to be. But yeah, the draft picks and all that will be talked about all night.
Right. Right, because
Yeah.
the Bears got the Carolinas pick next week in the year, and what are they? Bears are, oh, that's next week. That's why I can't see it. They are 2-6, so them two teams are really playing for the first pick. Really, ain't they? Them in Arizona, right? All them in Arizona.
Yeah, which I think will motivate Carolina because this is the team that has your pick, so your guys gonna play with some pride, man. And I just think they'll get it. If I'm picking between Bajan and Bryce Young, I'm going Bryce Young. So
Yeah, if they go bad, I hate to make my pick contingent. If they go with Bajan, I'm going Bryce Young. But if Justin Fields play, I might go with Bears, man. I hate to say that. I'm just gonna go Carolina. I'm just gonna say Carolina. Just call it, call it what it is, man. I'm gonna go Carolina. So we're both going Carolina on that one. Okay.
yeah.
All right, man. That's our pick show for the day, man. I hope we see how this thing go. Like I said, I went 11-5. That's not bad until I looked at his record. I'm like, dang. I said, dang, I got to go wild card because he won the division. He was 12-4.
Hey
So
man, we clashing a lot this week, so the
yeah,
records.
I got a chance to catch him this week, whatever. So we kind of see how that goes. So,
Yeah,
but anyway, man, that's pretty much our show for today, man. I hope y'all go and watch your picks and give us some feedback and see, Mark, if you like our picks or you think we smoking crack on some of them, or whatever the case might be. Let us know what you think. Any parting words there, TK?
happy football Sunday, happy Saturday football Sunday. If that's what you do as well, I do. So I'm gonna go indulge and later to everybody, man.
Just for the record, man, this is Saturday. Some of the college games already played. Later in the game, we got LSU at Bama. Who you got?
You ain't gonna like it.
Oh, I know. You already picked Philly, so we already on. I'm already
I'm
on
already,
you already because you already picked Philly.
I'm already on your bad list. I'm gonna double down on your bad list, man. I gotta go LSU, man.
You going LSU
Yeah,
in Tuscaloosa, so you think LSU gonna come into Tuscaloosa and beat the Tide? Okay.
just think they can move the ball better. That's it.
Okay. All right.
That's it.
I think the Tide might have found something with with my man Jalen Milroe. I think they may have found some
Hey,
stuff. I
man,
think they may
I
have
hope
unlocked some
so.
things.
I hope so. I like for Bama to win, but
Yeah. I think he might have. I think they might have figured out some ways that he can be effective. When he's not throwing the ball and not making himself sitting ducks for sacks. But hey, we'll see how that goes, man.
I
But
don't
uh,
that
so
way.
we'll see how that go. I got to throw in a thing because I gotta give my Tide some love too. So. But anyway, man, as he said, man, happy football watching Sunday. You gotta get up early tomorrow to get the Chiefs and the Dolphins. So please watch that. That's going to promise to be a game worth watching.
Yeah,
Please watch that because Tariq said he coming to get them that work, and I want
absolutely.
to see what that look like. I really do.
Yeah.
But enjoy these games, man, because in a poof, as I say every week, they're all gonna be gone. You're gonna be Jones for the next season to come in. Please enjoy these games while you got them. All right. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the Uncle Fred Sports Experience. Guarantee you will not be disappointed. We're saying goodbye. God bless, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Absolutely.